Alright guys, so we are just getting started here. Loading up all the charts that we regularly take a look at. Putting Tesla up. Ooh, where are my fibs? There it is. So I have this fib down here. I'm just going to stretch it out. 630. Then we have an upper fib. 880. There we go. Next. We'll look at Chipotle. What else do we want to look at this morning? Let's look at QS. Let's look at Square. Go. Alright. Let's load this up. Let's load up GameStop. There we go. GameStop this morning gapping up nicely. I like. Let's load up the broad markets now. We need the SPY. We need the NASDAQ. And we also need Bitcoin. SPY a little bit off our lows this morning. I'll zoom out a bit, see what we're looking at. QQQs. We got 1 minute to the market open. Market pretty stable for now, but over the weekend we had crazy amounts of unusual activity in all the banking offices around the world, all the major hubs there. So it's interesting to see why they're putting in that extra work. It's a huge anomaly. 10-year. Where's my 10-year treasury? 10. There we go. Alright, so we have about a market opening right now. Quick sell-off to be expected in GameStop right now. Game going to be the beneficiary of the new SEC laws there. Coming out on the 22nd, that's when it's fully enacted. Short sellers will now have to have the equal amount of collateral in the account to short the shares, which is going to be really good. Because currently, right now, short sellers are using short selling as a method of raising cash, right? So the minute you you short sell something, that means you're selling the stock that you don't actually own. And when you do that, you get cash in your bank account. And they're using that cash in their bank account to go long other stocks. So essentially they're doubling their money, right? So I'm shorting a stock and I'm using this money. So I'm selling something I don't own. I'm taking the money that I got from that sale to buy something else, hoping this goes up, hoping this goes down, and then they're hoping the company goes bankrupt so they never have to return the money, right? So essentially they're trying to create a money printing machine. But now the SEC is like, hey guys, you can't actually do that anymore because that's illegal. We haven't been enforcing it, but we will start enforcing it now. And so on the 22nd, that should begin. And also, GameStop news, CEO transition. And so the current CEO will stay in power until July 31st or the earlier of them finding a new CEO. So that's pretty exciting there. So they are transitioning that. Tesla had a vehicle accident over the weekend there, but it was driverless. So I guess the car was on autopilot and crashed. So let's see what Tesla does this morning based on that news. SPY, nice bounce here. Let's see if this continues. So basically what I expect to happen is that before the 22nd the market should pump up like crazy, right? And because of the new SEC laws, basically they need to hold more collateral for the shorts, and collateral could mean other shares that you have, right? Other long positions. So essentially for the hedge funds, the bigger the increase in their long positions, the more collateral they have, so the less cash they have to keep in their bank to continue shorting the stocks. So that's what I expect to happen. Massive pump in their long positions. Ooh, QS. Big dip. So tech, big dip. By tech I mean mainly the EV sector that we're looking at right now. Square looking okay, right off this fib level here at 250. So let's look at the SPY, let's look at tech, Bitcoin, Treasury. Treasury yield's been going up over the weekend there. So let's see how this plays out. Obviously, the higher this goes, the lower the growth, the slower and lower the growth on tech. Ooh, Chipotle, real low right now. Tesla coming down. So all EV sector right now down a bit. Battery sector, charging sector, car manufacturing. Well, Tesla does a lot more than that, but they're the biggest, obviously, EV car manufacturer right now, amongst other things. So it looks like a very strong market this morning. SPY looks like it wants to run. So a lot of buzz around Dogecoin. Supposedly tomorrow is Dodge Day, so let's see what happens. Also a lot of chatter around the crypto market in terms of the big banks using that for money laundering. So one of the banks out in Amsterdam just got hit with almost a $500 million fine for money laundering through crypto. And so they were one of the banks that were up late over the weekend, lights on in their head offices, which is an anomaly, but most of the other banks had lights on as well, so they were all working on something, putting in that overtime. So we'll find out what that is probably in the next month or so. Very interesting to see. So right now game is holding its gap up. It may or may not hold. Let's see. Tons of shares borrowed this morning to short. Anybody? We got all your stuffed animals there. So expect a massive short attack this morning. This is probably it already. Like, they're gonna try and dump the share price as much as possible, right? So it's gonna be a combination of dumping all of their shorts, trying to lower the price on all of their shorts, and trying to raise the price on all of their longs, right? And so essentially what they're doing is they're going to attempt to have more collateral to cover a smaller short position, right? Because if the short share price goes down, if share price goes of GameStop, let's say, goes down to $1 versus $100, their short position loss is going to be a lot smaller. And then if, let's say, they're holding, I don't know, a whole bunch of S&P stocks, right? The higher these S&P stocks go, the more collateral they have to cover, the shorter a bit of loss. So that's going to be a double whammy for them. That's what they're going to try and do to prevent having to hold more collateral moving into the 22nd. And we see a lot of the big banks raising money, right? So JP Morgan did a $13 billion bond raise. Bank of America did a $15 billion bank raise. So these are the biggest of all time bond sales here. They've never sold that much, I mean, in terms of bonds, ever. So they're raising a lot of liquid cash, and it makes you question why, right? So for myself, I'm slowly taking a short position on the SPY and the NASDAQ, just in preparation of that. I think it's very, very high right now. Hi, buddy. Oh, you got me, buddy. Go get Grandpa. Go get you. Yeah, go get Grandpa. Yeah, so I'm slowly taking a short position on the market, on the markets there, just because the SPY is at all-time highs, the NASDAQ is at all-time highs, so we should expect a pullback in the markets, especially with the 10-year yield rising. We have the banks working overtime because they're worried about something happening. So a lot of things happening in the market. Oh, and we got the new head of the SEC sworn in over the weekend, Gensler there. And normally the chair of the SEC, they get voted in during business hours, right, on weekdays. The only time they ever got voted in over the weekend was when there was a major financial crisis on the horizon, right? So back in Nixon days, got sworn in over the weekend. During the mortgage crisis, got sworn in over the weekend. And just recently sworn in over the weekend, right? On Saturday, Gensler got sworn in. So expecting a major financial crisis that they're hiding right now and trying to keep under wraps so that the market doesn't panic. But we see it. We see the writing on the wall, right? Hi, buddy. Okay, you go outside. Go for a cuppa, buddy. So we're getting a lot of indecision here with GameStop. Looking at QS coming down, Tesla also coming down. Let's see if it bounces off of this dip. Oh, you got me, buddy. You sneak attack there. You sneak. Oh, you sneak attack there. Oh, you crazy guy. Bye bye. See you next time. So let's see if we bounce off this fib here, 705. Right now, game tailing wicks off the top, tailing wicks off the bottom. It really doesn't know which way it wants to go just yet. We might consolidate right along here at 168. There really is nothing here, but we do have the pre-market high at 169, and again here pre-market pivot at 168.88. So this level here is kind of a daily support and resistance just for today, and that's where we see some consolidation right here. So just watching game here. SPY is doing well, TQQ doing well. So I think short term, if you guys want to make some quick short term money, we go long we go long the SPY, we go long TQQQs. Watching the TQs here, a little bit weak, right? So we got tailing wicks off the top. So before we go long, we want to buy it off a nice level here, which is the EMA, and also this good level of support here on the pre-market. Let's see what happens. Big dip on Tesla right now. Watching Tesla break through. So Tesla breaking. So most of the EV growth stocks down a bit, but we have the tech sector moving up, we have the SPY moving up, and then we have a consolidation right here on game. I like this setup right now, the SPY. I think I'm going to take a call on the SPY here. I'm going to buy some calls on the SPY for today, actually. So I bought today expiry 4/16. So pretty much at the money calls. So I like this setup, nice flat top, ascending support here. And then we have our ascending support right here. So just making a very, very short term play in the money calls expiring today. I'm not going to go anything long in the market right now just because I feel like the market is a bit shaky. There we go, there's that flat top breakout. We need to break this daily high and then we should move up to this top line here. Zooming out. So this is the mark that we can touch here, which is kind of 117.81. And then we have the lower of the trend down here, 412. But as long as we hold within this triangle, I'm going to stay with my calls. Game coming down a bit. Tesla looking juicy right here. I'm going to try and buy a call on Tesla actually for this week. April 23rd, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to buy at the money. So I'm going to go for a $700 call strike. Let's do 705. Let's see here. It's showing a little bit of weakness. I'm going to wait for a second. Game coming down. So let's watch the TQs coming down. Just watching here. I want to see a bounce on the TQs before I hop into Tesla. TQs a little bit of weakness. So we're getting a bounce here, so I'm buying 710 calls. Actually, let me buy 715. So I just bought 715 calls for this week on Tesla. Still holding my SPY calls. There's that flat top breakout. I like it. So pretty much I'm going to ride this bull market short term, and then take my profits, roll it into GameStop. Woo! Tweezer top right now on SPY. So watch out here, guys. This could signal a reversal. I'm going to hold my SPY calls until we break out of this triangle. Oh yeah, Art, good morning, good morning. How you doing? So on Tesla, as long as we hold this low here, I'm going to stay in my 715 calls. On the SPY, as long as we hold this EMA, I'm going to, the blue line here, I'm going to hold my SPY calls. But it looks like we're getting a bounce right now on the TQs. TQs, we have room to move all the way up to this line. This seems to be a major point of resistance, right? This upward trend here. We still have a long way to go. So I'm going to hold my Tesla. Tesla, I think this is a reaction to the crash earlier this morning, and then now people are buying back in. And then we have 112 over here being the highs for the TQs, which is the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ can run, and when the NASDAQ runs, we should see an equal move in Tesla catching up. Tesla usually has been lagging the NASDAQ for the past couple of weeks. Watching Tesla here. Ooh, nice little popping game. So we have the SPY here trying to hold this yellow line. Let's see what happens. We do have a tweezer top, so we have a lot of selling off the top. We have 1, 2, 3 times to hit this mark here, and we got rejected. But we are holding this yellow line, which is good. So we need a nice push of volume to break this flat top here. So this is actually right here, guys. There we go. Treasury yield looks like it wants to push up. Flat top breakout here, but we do have a resistance right here. Tesla getting stuck. There we go. Tesla trying to break out of this flat top here. Okay, 709. Tesla slowly creeping. So we have the VWAP here at 712 and then the blue EMA here at 713. Both will act as resistances for Tesla. We don't have a lot of volume coming in right now, but what I like to see is we have volume coming down, but we have the RSI slowly moving up as well, right? So there's a divergence here, volume versus other indicators. So that usually points towards a move towards the upside. So let's see. So we're waiting for the MACD signal line to curl up. We're waiting for the RSI to curl up, and volume looks like it's trending downwards, right? So that is a divergence there. So far this morning starting off a little bit slow. It is only, actually it's already 10 o'clock, 9:56. So SPY creeping. TQs looking like the setup we like to play, right? Pump, consolidation, blue line catches up to the next pump. I like it. Looks like TQs are going to pump for today, at least another leg up. We have Tesla trying to make a move. So right now we see the RSI starting to point up. We see the MACD slowly curling up. Volume still low. So once these curl, we're going to have traders start jumping in, increasing volume, and then this should move past these levels here. That's what I'm thinking. I think for Tesla today, we'll probably move up to here, which is 720. This is a previous pre-market resistance and support level here. And then we do have a gap from yesterday, which is not yesterday, but Friday, the last trading day, which was 739. So we might actually close that if we can break this level here. So let's see. So essentially what we want to see from Tesla today is a bump, come back down, bounce off the blue, use this area as a support to the next move, and then we'll probably get rejected right off this fib here at 740, which was a level that we had trouble breaking through on Friday as well, right? We broke through, false breakout, got rejected, came back down. We got QS coming down here, moving out to the hourly so we can see our fib levels. Looks like we're going to break down. If I was going to make a play on QS, it would be a short all the way down to here. Take my profits at 29. Look at this on the SPY, like quadruple top, touched once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So we know there's a massive wall here, or like a ceiling. So we need to kind of gather momentum and move up. We see the RSI coming down, MACD coming down here. So we are losing momentum. Let's see if we hold this level here. I'm going to try and add to my SPY calls as we bounce off of this blue line. We see here a bounce off the blue, right, on the TQs, which is what we want. Pump, consolidation, blue line catches up, bounce towards the upside. On the SPY, that's what we need to see as well. Pump, consolidation, back down to the blue, pump to the top side there. So as the SPY comes down to the blue, I'm going to add some calls here. I'm going to try and buy 5 calls at 105. This is like a 10-cent drop. There we go. There's that bounce on the TQs, right? Pump, consolidation, blue line catches up, acts as a support, touches the blue line here, and then we have the next leg up. So we need to see that on the SPY as well. So we need to be patient, let the blue line catch up, and then we're going to have a move towards the upside. Game, I really like it. It kept the gap up, which is really strong on game. So we know GameStop right here is a good level. Normally, if you see a gap up on a stock that is weak, you'll see immediately selling right off the bat. But we see game here holding this level here. We closed in game on Friday at 155. Right now we're at 167, and we are holding with a pre-market high of 174. Watching Tesla here. If we break, I'm getting out of my calls. Let me take a look on the 4-hourly on Tesla, see what we're looking at. We do have a strong level here. So we break this, we're going to come back down to probably this level here, which is 94. And then down here, which is 672. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to give it some time to bounce. We zoom in here, we do have a level of support here, and then a level of support here, 694. If we pass 694, we're going to see a very fast move to the downside. So this might be a false breakdown. I'm going to give it some time to bounce. SPY breaking down. So on SPY, I'm going to get rid of my calls here. I'm going to see if we get a bounce right off this lower line here in the red. Looks like we're bouncing, touching the red and bouncing right off. But the blue line was my stop out. So I'm going to watch here. There we go. There's that immediate bounce. So since we got an immediate bounce, I'm staying in. Whoop. Looks like we're going to break through this level here, so I'm selling, getting out of my calls. So we're getting a market sell-off here. Tesla bouncing right off this fib. Let's see if it holds. So this is a huge sell-off. If we break this level here, I'm going to go short. Breaking, so I need to go short here on the SPY. I'm going to go 415 puts for today. It's a massive sell-off, breaking the previous lows here. So I bought a 415 put. I bought a bunch of them. So we might come down here. Tesla looks like it wants to break. So in Tesla, I'm going to have my finger on the trigger. If we break below that fib, I'm going to get out. So I'm going to get out right here. It looks like we're breaking down. So we're getting a sell-off right now in the tech sector, sell-off right now in the SPY. Just being patient here. Bouncing here on tech. Looks like we're trying to bounce on the SPY. On the SPY, I'm going to add to my calls when we get up to here. So we might get a reverse spirit bomb set up, pump, go up to the blue line, get rejected from the blue line. Alright, Art, see you later. Have a good one. Weed stocks are popping. Alright, let's take a look at... Oh, is that because it's 420 tomorrow? Actually, let me take a look at the US. CGC. Got a little bit of move and then a sell-off. Let's see here. Ooh, we see the SPY dropping. I'm going to add to my SPY here. So I got 10 SPY calls, 415 strike. Holy, look at this sell-off. So my SPY calls are already up 22%. And so this is what I was talking about earlier this morning, right? All the banks are working overtime on the weekend. Something is happening in the markets. We don't know what it is. They're not going to make news about it until it is too late for anyone else to react. So be careful here, guys. I'm adding one GameStop call here. 250 strike. SPY about to get to 415, which is my strike price. Whew. TQ's getting wrecked. There we go. So we got SPY coming down, we got game going up. That's a massive, huge sell-off. 27% up on my calls on the SPY puts. I mean, my puts on the SPY. I'm too used to saying calls because I'm usually a long bull. Yeah, SQQQ, right? So I told you guys from last week I started loading up on SQQQ. Those are way up this morning as well. And then we got game popping, right? So game is reverse of the market. As the market goes down, game goes up. We got game popping up. So let me move to the 1 minute. We see some buying here. Tweezer bottom, right? So usually we're going to get a reversal to the top. Probably bounce off this blue, which is the next level here of resistance. So we have a resistance here. We have the blue line here. A nice confluence at this level. So we're probably going to get a spike, bounce off the blue, come back down again. If we break through that blue, it's going to be a reversal. But let's see what happens. TQs. Oh. TQ is trying to bounce as well. SPY showing more of a bottom than the TQs on the ones on the 1 minute. Look at this 1 minute. Game looking good. SPY failed bounce here. I'm adding to my SPY puts at this level. So look at this attempt at a bounce, couldn't bounce. We got on the 5 minute lower high. So usually that shows a lot of weakness in the bounce. So it tried to bounce here, failed bounce. What you want to see in a bounce are higher highs, higher lows. We got a lower high here, and we have about 8 seconds left on this 5 minute candle. So I think we're going to head back down. So I added to my puts on the SPY. Let's see what happens on this candle. Let's see if we can catch up. Tesla trying to bounce here. Chipotle, anything under $20, I'm gonna hop on that. So got a little bit of a wedge here forming. So this is kind of like a bear flag. Cool. This looks like it's dropping as well on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq looks like it's coming down. So SQQ's printing. Oof. %30 up on my SPY puts. So really we need to break the low of the day, which is 415.10. We still haven't broken that yet. There we go, 415.08, 415.09, new low of the day. So we're going to be heading down further. Let me pop it back over to the 5-minute. And once again, we do have room down to here, which is 412. But, I mean, we're still on an upward trend, even if we hit 412 down here. We're just playing in this channel, right, which is normal, super normal. Top of the channel, come back down to the bottom of the channel, and back up to the top of the channel, right? And that's what we've been doing for the entire time, right? From, what is this, April 6th, so a week and a half ago. Bottom of the channel, top, bottom, top. So we're just kind of bouncing around through here. Bottom, top, coming back down to the top, bottom, try to bounce, bottom, top, and we've been all the way at the top for the past few days, so it's only normal that we have a little bit of a downtick today. So we got multiple tailing wicks at the bottom here on the SPY, but what we don't have a tweezer bottom, right? It looks like it, but when you zoom in, we actually have a lower low here on this reversal. So a little bit weak. If we can break the top of this channel, we might have a reversal to the top side. There we go, we just reversed. Let's see if that was a false breakout. So we're on the 1 minute right now, breaking this high here. Let's see if we got rejected off the blue. The blue here is 415.50. If we got rejected off the blue, we're just setting up for a spirit bomb, reverse spirit bomb setup, right? So let's see how that works out. Yeah, so pretty much reverse spirit bomb, touching the blue, coming back down. So blue acting as a resistance to us. We got the TQs pushing down on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, looking super bearish, right? So SQQs making tons of money this morning. So normally I'm not like a short. Well, I am short, but normally I go long on my stocks, right? But for today, we are playing the short game just because the market is going down. But generally, the majority of the time, I am long the market. Ooh, CGC, nice. TQ's not looking too good. Ooh, we might get a reversal here on the SPY, guys. Look at this. We got the low, we got a lower low, but now we have a higher low. And then, so we have a little bit of indecision here inside candle. This candle has a lower high, but also has a higher low, right? So less range than the previous candle. So a little bit of indecision on this candle here. We'll need to see a break of this candle to determine the direction of the SPY. Let's see what happens. Short-term move, either more downwards or we're going to head back up to the blue line. Hi, Misu. Ooh, it's trying to break. It's trying to break to the top side. Let's see if we can break that last 5-minute candle. Right here. Ooh, there we go. There's that break. So we're gonna see a short-term move to the upside. I think probably to this blue line. Got QS coming down. So as I was saying earlier this morning, right, the target on a QS short would be down to here, which is 29. See what happens to the SPY. Let's pull it up. Oh, wrong chart. Let's pull it up to 1 minute. This here is a level of resistance, which is going to be 415.79. So this level here is going to be a resistance. I'm just going to draw it in for us. A little bit of an intraday resistance or a support level depending on which way it goes. A little bit of a bounce here on the TQs as well. Not a big volume bounce. What I'm going to do in the SPY is I'm going to buy some more puts as we get to this line. So what I'm aiming for on the SPY is I want to see a break of this line and then a rejection at the blue, and then I want it to come back down through this line. That's what I'm going to add to my puts. If we break above this line, I'll be getting out of my puts, and I'm just going to take my profit. So we're going to see a false break to the top side, rejection off the blue, breaking back down through this orange line, and if that happens, we have confirmation of a continual downside move. So once we get that confirmation, I'll be adding to my puts. Let's see here. So right now we're having trouble just breaking above this line, getting close to this line and getting rejection. But normally what we'll see is we'll see a push through and then a sell-off, and we'll see a come back down. So let's see if that happens. If that happens, I'll be buying some more puts at this level as we come back down. We got game trying to push up here, flat top, breakout, right? 171 is the flat top, and then we have ascending support here. Let's see what happens. There we go, touching the line. Oh, failing a bit. Let's see if we break through. Hey, buddy. Oh, you gonna get me, buddy? Oh no! Ah! Oh, you got me, buddy. Ah, I'm gonna get you. Where's my sword? Ah! Oh, you got me. You got me, buddy. Ah! Oh, you dodge. Whoa! Oh, you dodge. Oh! Ah, you got me. Oh. Yeah, go get Grandpa. Go get Grandpa. Oh, oh, you got me, buddy. Go get Grandpa. Where's Grandpa? Go get Grandpa. Hiya. Hiya. I'm going. Hiya. 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 So we have this SPY here, still having trouble breaking this orange line. There's a strong orange line here. Still waiting. So I think we're still going to see a break upwards and then a bounce off the blue line, probably getting rejected at the top here, which is this previous tailing wick on this red candle. So let's see what happens. I'm still waiting to take a position, to add to my position. So still waiting, being patient here. We do have a long time left on the day. So game getting stuck here at 171. We're right now at 170.99. Now at 170.91, right? So we have a huge wall here. Oh, 171 exactly to the penny. Let's see if we can break above 171. That's going to be the mark to break. Okay, SPY. Let's see if this is. My dad brought banana. Okay, let's see if we get a reversal here. So I want to see this touch the blue and then come back down. And then when it breaks through this orange line, that's when I'm going to add to my puts. So I want confirmation that this is going to come back down. So let's see. So we had a lot of weakness as we approach that orange line, guys. So we might come up a bit and then come back down. That's what I'm looking for. And then once we break below this orange line, that's when I'm going to add to my position. TQ is trying to bounce. Okay, let's take a look at the SPY. Let me take a look on the game breaking through, but back to the SPY. So touching the blue here on the 1 minute, it's pretty much the yellow. Let's see. Let's see if we get rejected here. So we got a tweeter top I'm buying here. So I did not wait for the confirmation, break down below the orange here. I saw the beginnings of the tweezer top forming, so I took a position. Let's see if we get a reversal to the downside. If we break towards the top side, that means the setup is now broken, and so I need to get out of my puts. If we continue down from this tweezer, that means it was a rejection off the blue, which is what we were looking for from the very beginning of this move. Game is just moving up here. So let's see, we got a game trying. So this is a new daily high, so we broke above this, which is super bullish. So we had a pre-market high here of 174.24, and we're now at 175. So we broke above the pre-market pivot, so it's very, very bullish here in game. And we have a good amount of volume here coming in, right? We got MACD pointing up, RSI pointing up. So let's see if we can break below this orange line now, right? So previous support becomes new resistance, previous resistance becomes new support. So right now it'll be acting as a support level, right? So we see it touch the line, bounce right off. So we need to break below this orange line to see a continuation of the move towards the downside. But right now that's what we're seeing. Rejection off of this level here. Now we need to see a break below the orange line. Let's see what's going on with the NASDAQ. TQ's trying to reverse. Hasn't really touched any resistances yet. So we're going to see a rejection off the blue line on the TQs. We're just waiting here for the SPY to come down. Nice bounce here on Tesla right off this level. So game getting stuck here at this level. So we do have the pre-market pivot we broke above, but we came right back down, and we do have a daily level here at 177.82. Let me take a look at the SPY in the 1 minute. SPY in the 1 minute is looking pretty bullish, right? We see a pump, consolidation, using the orange line and the blue line now as a support level. But what we see here are are lower highs. So we know that there is some selling here as we approach the VWAP, but we do have a squeeze forming. Right? So we have something like that forming. So most likely we're going to break towards the upside. We need to hold below this VWAP to maintain a downward trend. Otherwise, we're probably going to see a move back up to where we started here for this flat top breakout. Time now is 10:29. We're still getting consolidation on the SPY, still getting rejected off of the blue, and a nice support level on the orange. Let's see. On the 1 minute, looks like we're losing steam towards the top side, right? So we see more tailing wicks on the top side here, pushing us down. So let's see what happens. Looks like we might get a reversal here. A little bit of indecision on the NASDAQ on this candle. So let's see which way this candle goes. And also on Tesla, we are approaching the next fib level. We have multiple confluence here. 3 levels, blue, yellow, and then the blue fib, all acting as a resistance to Tesla here. Woo! Look at the SPY. Little push there in low volume. But we got the MACD curling up. We got RSI curling up on low volume. So a little bit more volume push. We'll see this fly towards the top side. But as we can see here, let's zoom in. Multiple tailing wicks off the top as we touch this blue line. So we know we have a big group of sellers right here trying to push it down. So low volume move to the top side. Doesn't look like we can sustain it. So this volume needs to pick up. If this volume picks up even just a little bit of a tick, we're going to see a blast right through here. Because right now what we're seeing is a move towards the top side and very, very low volume. Let's see if volume picks up. Whoop. There we go. Let's see if we get a move to top side. There we go. There's a break above the blue. Getting ready to sell here. Got my finger on the trigger. If we break above the blue and hold above the blue, then it's time to get out. Yellow is my stop out point here. Oh, need to stop out. Let's see. No, immediate sell off. So that was a false break up there, but I have my finger on the trigger getting ready to sell. So you guys saw when this volume candle caught up to the red candle, that massive spike, right? So that's the divergence there. If we see MACD starting to point up, we see RSI pointing up and volume coming down, that means we're seeing a move towards the upside momentum on very little volume. So a little bit more push will send us straight up. And we saw that happen, and then we saw a seller step in here and sell it back down. So we got a long tailing wick off the top here. Still waiting. We have a minute left in this candle. So we had a bit of indecision here in the NASDAQ, and we're looking at a reversal here. So we had indecision, and then the market decided we're going up. And so let's see if we can break through this blue and this yellow. I'm going to wait for this candle to close out. We got 18 seconds. And then I'm going to let you guys know what I'm looking for the rest of the day. And then we're going to hop off. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I mean, on the SPY, it's looking like we're forming a little bit of a flat top now. Kind of at this level here. There we go. So that's kind of like a flat top breakout setup that we have on the SPY right now. So as I mentioned before, we need to see a break below this orange line for a continuation to the downside. We're still holding inside this triangle. Alright, so what am I looking for the rest of the day? We need to see if we're going to get a reversal at this level or not, right? So on the SPY, if we break above the VWAP, which is this yellow line, and also our flat top, we're going to see a move towards the top side. If we break below this orange, we'll see a move towards the downside. So that's what to look out for on the broad markets today, guys. On the TQ, it's kind of the same thing. So there is our top side break, and then this is going to be towards the downside break, right? So the same thing on the TQs. We might just consolidate here for a while, who knows? But if we break above this level, we should see a move back to the previous levels, which is up here. If we break down, we can go all the way down to the fib down here, which is 103, and still be in a very, very healthy uptrend, which is kind of our marks down here. S&P looks like it's trying to, I don't know what it's doing, a little bit of indecision right here on this candle. Lower high, higher low. So this is forming an inside candle right now. But we have been bouncing off this orange line. We have been bouncing off this yellow line. So let's see what happens. So once again on the SPY, break towards the upside, breaking through these two yellows, breaking towards the downside, breaking this yellow and this orange. Tesla, I'm going to be really patient on Tesla, not really going to take a position. We do have a rejection here. Oh, wow, when did this happen? 9:20, I wasn't even paying attention. But as we approach the top line here of the yellow, we saw a rejection of the 10-year treasury. Again, I'm going to zoom out to the hourly so we have a better picture of what's going on. On the hourly, what we see is more of a cup and handle forming, right? So this is back April 14th. We have a cup. And now we want to see a handle, so a consolidation across here. And then we need to see a break towards the top side here, which is going to be 177. So if we can break 177 today, we should see a move towards the top side. If we break below 164, which is the low of this candle, we see a move towards the bottom side. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'm not really going to take too many other positions. I'll be watching my SPY puts to see whether I should be adding to my position or getting out or even taking profit. Right, so on SPY, I'll be watching it. If we break below here, I'm going to hold. I'm going to take half off the table if we get to here. I'm going to take everything off the table if we break above, right? Cutting those just in case we get a move to the top side. Alright guys, that's it for me today. This is Mitch from Dumb Money Day Trading. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys made some money, and I hope you guys had fun. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow bright and early as we do every trading day at 9:15 to 9:20. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.